Okay, so this is just going to be a quick video showing off the vision shader, how that works, what it does, whatnot. Um, yeah, so the scene's just filled with a bunch of random texture. That's just what came with it. So, like I said before, this is using the built-in render pipeline, so there's nothing in the SRP. Um, but I will be working to make it work in the HDRP, because that's what we'll be switching over to. Just basic materials. Um, I'll get into those in a second. Scene. There's camera text v2, replace text v2, and rotate v2. Rotate is just so the camera will rotate. So you use a secondary camera um, in the scene to route the scene. And on it, we have camera text v2, replace text v2, and rotate v2. So this just makes it so I can rotate the camera. Um, replace text v2 or replace texture is using a replacement shader and the camera, and it looks and it replaces the texture of what it's rendering, but it makes it so the main camera still sees the game as normal. And then the camera text v2 is the script that is using based off of what it's rendering, so based off of the replaced textures. um, so grab, and I'll show the script here in a second. Grab is um, you basically, so this is going to be turned on and off, and that's, so think of something and it's blinking, right? When you have your eyes closed, grab would be off. It's not reaching out trying to see if it sees anything. And if you have your eyes open, grab is on, and your eyes are open, you're trying to see and you're getting data. Display monitor, that's just to show the render, like what this camera is rendering. These two you don't have to worry about. Sorry, target hey, you don't worry about. Target thresh is the threshold of, I believe it's how many pixels need to have the specified color to be seen. So I'll go to camera text v2 real quick and just show that. All right. So we have the grab, all that stuff. If grab, so if it's looking, the T size or texture size is 32, and then we set it. And to do that, I had to go in and change the camera's texture thing. I think it was set for 16 and 16, but I bumped it up just because it makes it a little bit more fine tuned. We can have it even higher if we wanted. Then it reads the pixels into a rectangle and it applies those pixels. Um, then it will go through and get the color of each pixel. And if the color is red, it will add target hit. Then if target hit is greater than target threshold, so how I said that it was a 32 by 32, so if it has 5, or the threshold makes it, yeah, so if it has at least 5 that are red, then it will say, oh, we found the target, right? Else, there is no target. So if there's none at all, whatever, it'll say there is no target. And then this is setting it so that the box shows the texture. We could go to this one. So this is the quick little thing where it takes a shader and it takes a camera, and on awake it will make it so that the camera is rendering based off the shader, and when you pretty much close the game, it will reset the shader. If you don't reset the shader, then it'll make instances of the shader and materials, and it's not good and it breaks. This is one of the parts that I had to fix when switching to another pipeline. Yeah, so it's this one. So this is the replace shader, where basically it'll look through and based off of the tag, it will change its colors. So I have them set to my tag white, changing it to red. So I can show it. So as you can see, here's the camera. It's pointing out, and this just shows 4 times just because UVs. So it's pointing out, and based on wherever the camera is, wherever it's looking. So like right now it's just looking at this, but it's blue because it doesn't have the tag. This has the tag, my tag white. If I change this to my tag white, and you have to stop it, I believe. No, okay. Oh, yeah, I also have to have the target material on it, and I believe this should work now. Yeah, so now it has the target material and the tag, and now it renders right. And if it's untagged, it's still red. Weird. Okay, but that's fine. Then it's just based off this target material, which is made from the shader. Learning things as I go. It's great. So yeah, we're gonna take this back to this one. So this is this little thing. It's the 32 by 32. This is the view of the camera. So it's a render texture. It's being set up right when the game starts. And right now I'll clear and I will move this block. So as you can see, this would be our player. So we would put the texture on the player, and it would say, all right, my texture, which if I go target material, okay. But yeah, so where did the box go? I lost it. All right, so as you can see right now, I'm hitting the box. If I put it away, clear this. So right now it's saying no target. This is going up, and it shoots off a ton of times. We can probably change it so that it only shoots off one time, and that this is just because grab is set to always true. If I made it so grab turned on and off, then it would look like this. So it's going, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop. What the hell? My cat is playing underneath my chair. So basically this would be, as the cat is turning, we can have it like on, off, giving the player some like leeway. And then what we would do is, if I can find the box again, which I can't. Oh, all right. So what we would do is we'd have grab on, and this would be moving around. And right now it is seeing it. So it can have target hit if there's any red. And if you have too little, so I have it set to 5, so it's like if you're barely seeing, you're getting hit. But I can change this and put this up to, I'll do 12. It's up at 12. I can be like here, still pretty visible, as you can see. But once I get just a little bit closer, now I'm getting hit. And my thought on it is, all right, so this goes up fairly fast. So we could say once this gets to 1,000, right? Or 500 or some number, we could do testing. Once this gets to a number, then your player is seen. But we're only adding it up, and then while you're not being seen, while you're back here, we can have it so that the found target number slowly goes down over time, and then that would basically do the UI of, all right, it's rising, rising, rising as you're getting hit. While you're not getting hit, the variable starts just going down. So it shouldn't be too bad. And it's just, okay, if you were out for too long and you were seen for too long, then you get hit and you're dead. Yeah, so it's, again, it's not too crazy. The main things that just need to get fixed are, I believe this all is fine. Yeah, here it is. So the tag shader.shader, that's the render white thing. This honestly needs a better name. Did that fix it? Yeah, okay, cool. So tag shader, this is the thing I went through and I made it so that you get textures. I need to work on it a little bit more and see if I can make it so it also makes shadows. What's it called? Okay, yeah, it still works. Yeah, so we put pretty much the tag shader onto the thing, or the player. Then we would take the camera, that's the, like, it's going to be in the cat's head pretty much, and we put the replacement shader here so that it replaces the texture from render white to my tag white. So right here it says sub shader render white my tag white. If we change this to let's do it to this one. So we change it to this, should theoretically yep, so now it's running as blue. And then if I do this one, now it's red. Are those? Oh, it's going off the render type, not the tag. Because render white makes it go red. But anyway, still. Go back to this. Yeah. But yeah, basically that's how it works. Like I said, my thing is I need to get it into HDRP and make sure that it's working. But yeah, there's a 13-minute video on how this works.